Egyptian uprising is continuing to offer hope to and inspire people in other parts of the Arab world. Some analysts say the Tunisian revolution has set off a domino effect that has reached Egypt, and that it will not stop before penetrating other Arab nations.
People have spoken very loud and clear. I mean, any normal person would be getting the message. And this message is not only for President Hosni Mubarak, but also other Mubaraks in the region.
There are early signs of popular movements rising up in Yemen and Jordan as well. In all these countries, people are angry with what they call entrenched corruption and poor governance of the authorities.
What is also interesting is that the economic demands being made by young people all over the Mediterranean region and Western Europe and the United States are broadly similar. There are more educated population, large numbers of graduates unemployed, large numbers of school leavers seeing little hope or prospect, and even in Britain youth unemployment is now 20% and in the inner city areas much higher.
The US government under former President George W. Bush wanted to make fundamental changes in the geopolitics of the Middle East region under a scenario it called the New Middle East Plan. However, the project failed, and popular uprising has instead already toppled one regime, that of Western-backed former President Zain al-Abidine Ben Ali in Tunisia. Popular discontent is threatening other Arab rulers, typified by their autocratic rule and subservience to the West. As for the embattled Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak, only time will tell how long he can hang on, as more and more of his own people inside and outside Egypt are joining in the chorus for him to step down.
Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak must step down. That's what thousands of women in Cairo are demanding. For more than a week, they've been marching side by side with the men, arms and voices raised, but they've received little media attention. But now, the women of Egypt say enough is enough. They want the right to speak out their minds.
من غير ما تتحكي بقى تتحكي في ايه؟ ليه؟ حرام من حقنا التغيير نفسنا يبقى في تغيير حرام 30 سنة كفاية عليها قوي كفاية من حقنا نشوف
Some wearing colorful scarves, some with styled hair and jeans, and others with their faces covered, the protesters are all demanding one thing: an end to a regime that has left them impoverished, weary, and without hope.
And that's the end. That's the end of Mubarak era.
For some of these women, it's the first time they take part in a protest.
أول مرة أشارك في مظاهرة والمرة دي أنا جيت علشان حاسة إن إحنا لازم كلنا نتكاتف كل فئات الشعب سواء average over average below average لأن إحنا لازم يكون في تغيير لازم يكون في إحساس إن إحنا كلنا إيد واحدة.
Others say they've been drawn in by the historical significance of the events.
We felt like we cannot stay at home while people are dying in the streets because they have a cause. We felt that we have to come here and do whatever we can.
Whatever the reason for their presence, today's women are not only breaking the traditional stereotypes, but they're also demanding a more active role in shaping their country's future. These women want the world to see them for who they are, people who want hope for the future and a voice in their country's affairs.
They were riding horse and camels. They tried to just kill us. No more. They were policemen. Yes, they were policemen. We already took their identity cards.
In New York, there are Egyptian flags fluttering in the chilly air and chants calling upon President Hosni Mubarak to step down. This time in front of the Egyptian mission to the United Nations, where many have gathered for a demonstration in support of the popular uprising in Egypt. As Egyptians continue to show resilience and push for an end to Mubarak's regime, Egyptian Americans are also doing all they can to echo those legitimate demands heard in the Western Hemisphere.
My message to Obama, please stop supporting the dictator. Stop supporting the dictator.
Mubarak to step down. We want democracy in Egypt, social reform, economic reform, basic human rights.
Well, it's relevant to everyone in the world. This should change the world, and hopefully it will wake a lot of people up. I mean, corruption shouldn't be allowed anywhere, and I think it's really remarkable that our generation, like there's an entire movement in our generation that's happening right now, and it's people my age, and I relate to that, whether it's in New York or Cairo or Germany. It doesn't really matter where it is.
While solidarity rallies continue throughout Western cities, Western leaders are finding themselves stuck between the people of Egypt and their own interests, and the two seem to be at odds.